Hello everyone, this is Zero. Going to be talking about Season 4, Week 16 free champion rotation. This is the first one that has been different. Since I've been doing this, I have missed a few weeks, but I usually check those out, and if they're interesting, I hit them up. This is the first time I've done this, so in 6 months, that we've had one ADC in free champion rotation. There's only one. We have a lot of champions in this rotation that are multi-lane or that even currently in the meta don't really have a home. So that's going to be really interesting. So let's dig right in. So Cassiopeia has been free a little bit in the past. Just recently has gained a resurgence in the mid lane. Not really played anywhere else. Not effectively. You could play her support. I mean, you can play any mid support. But Cassiopeia definitely is a mid lane champion. She's challenging to play. She has a lot of skill shots that are time based, which makes them challenging. Her ult is also difficult to land, and depending on the enemy's position, it does different things. So it'll freeze them if they're facing you, and it slows them down if they're facing away. So there's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of mistakes with Cassiopeia, which is one of the reasons, especially in the lower tiers and in the LCS, she's not popular. But if you have a high skill level, you could definitely make it work. But at that point, you're probably going to do better to someone else. So not a bad choice, just difficult. The next one we have is Cho'Gath. He's probably easiest to play in the jungle because you just get really tanky, and that's your job. You just stand in people's faces. You can play him top. You can play him mid. I honestly haven't seen a Cho'Gath in probably 3 weeks. He's kind of fallen out of favor in the current meta, but he is strong. His ultimate is true damage. It is melee range though. So it's just interesting. Basically, what you do is you just build all your tanky items on him. He's fallen out of favor in the meta, but if you're gonna play him, he's probably easiest to play in the jungle or maybe top lane. But you have almost no trade power, so you're not gonna be able to solo kill. Jinx is our only ADC, also challenging to play. Her skill shots are difficult to land, but she has a lot of CC for an ADC. Her execute ult is really strong. So she's definitely a really good ADC. Her and Draven are both high skill cap ADCs, you should definitely pick them up. Leona, pardon me, is a really good support. Really only outdone if there's a Morgana on the other team. You need to play Leona support. She just gets super tanky and has tons of lockdown that doesn't scale very well. So there's really there's no draw for you to build damage items. So legitimately, you just get giant tanky, and you do the damage you're gonna do no matter what your build is. For the most part, you can build damage, but it's not really effective. So she's one of the only supports that's decent to get a Targon's Brace on. But you should pick up Leona because she's fun to play. She's gonna get tanky, hard to kill. Lulu was a support when I first started playing. She's transitioned more and more to a mid lane main, so interesting to see. You can play her support or mid lane. It's up to you. She has a speed boost. She has a freaking stupidly strong shield. I think it's broken. And her ultimate is a giant heal. So there's that. It's also a knock up if you're playing with like a Yasuo. I'm not a big fan of Lulu. I find there's too much to worry about, but she's really strong. So definitely recommended to pick her up. Maybe try her support, just get a feel, and then play her some mid. Malphite is my support main. He can also be played top in jungle. You could play him mid because he scales decently with AP, but not highly recommended. Again, you get really tanky, and you have really good engage and really good peel. That's what makes him a strong support. It also makes him a strong top lane because if a top lane's not bringing damage, they need to bring tons of peel. Malphite brings tons of peel. Definitely a good champ. Nautilus, in the same vein, basically he's just a peel bot. You can play him. I probably see him most commonly in the jungle. If he ganks you, if you miss his initial grab, you're gravy, you're getting away. If he hits you with anything, the rest of his kit is CC, so you're not going anywhere, you're going to die. So it makes him scary in jungle. He is kind of slow though, but if Nautilus comes out of the jungle and hits either of you or hits you in a solo lane, you're toast. You don't get away from Nautilus. So that's a problem. Makes him really strong, but also he's kind of fallen out of favor in the current meta. He can be played support because he does have the shield and all that CC, but it's a little harder to play him as support because he has no real poke. Orianna, a strong mid. I wouldn't suggest playing her anywhere else. She has a shield. It's all ranged position zoning combat. You play her a lot like Ziggs, because you put your clockwork ball out there and you move it around and try to right. So if you move it to the left side of the lane in mid, they have to kind of go to the other side. So you can kind of zone them into ganks and things like that. She's a very zone-oriented champion and very positioning-oriented. Because if you get caught out, you're gonna die, and that's it. You have no escape. You're just dead. Sona, I definitely main her jungle. But JK. Sona's a strong support. Again, fallen completely out of favor in the meta. I haven't seen a Sona in ages. I picked her up the other day for one game, and I wasn't feeling it. I did main Sona support for a long time. I've played about 100 games with her in ranked, something like that. She does a lot of damage, like surprising amounts of damage. You can play her mid, but her sustain in lane is what makes her so good. Is just constant heals. And then we have Trundle, the Troll King. He's definitely one of my favorite top champions. I haven't bought him yet, though, because I have a lot of other champs I want to get first. But he's a lot of fun top, mostly because his dueling potential is so strong. Once he gets tanky and gets a Blade of the Ruin King, he basically just steals all their stats and then beats kicks their teeth in with those stats. He can be played jungle, but I'd say he probably shines more top lane because he is a dueler, basically. He steals attack damage and deals it back to you, so he's really strong. Yeah, so I'd play Trundle top lane. I'm actually gonna go play Trundle Gamer right now. So questions, comments, or remarks, throw them down below. I look forward to playing with you soon.